How we gonna start the room?
All right.
Noemi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nobles, I may have to leave a little early depending how long we're going.
It's all good. I think we can get out of here in like 15, 20.
I have traffic and transportation.
I hear you. Yeah, no problem. I think we can get out of here in 15, 20.
Let me.
Because we only have really two things on the agenda today. One of them was already solved before we even got here. But
Which
I'll call the meeting to order, technically.
Okay, yeah,
We're
let's do
calling
that.
we're calling the meeting to order. It is 6:50 or 6:32. Perfect. I see Ariella is here. You'll be on the agenda today from what Catherine tells me, so we'll definitely discuss that. What up, what up? And I'll give you an update on hold on one second. Sorry. Hold on.
What?
Yeah.
Escúchame, mi gente, nosotros estamos en meeting.
Sorry about that. So just two things. The first thing, and this is what I was saying before, is that
is the Zoom link correct? Because I have someone who's trying to join the Zoom and it says that it's waiting for the host to start the webinar.
This being is me. Let's see. Are you controlling it over there on that end?
It's started, but let me I'll forward it over to you, Ariella, because I have your phone number.
Thank you.
All right, and then hold on one second.
Because it's not giving me, would something just pop up if someone's
no problem. Let me take a look in the lobby. I don't see any attendees allowed to talk, and then we have Abigail too.
Okay, Abigail, there you go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Great.
Hold on, let's close this door. All right. So we have a light agenda today. I think we can get ourselves out of here in like 15, 20 minutes. We don't have any business in front of us in terms of any kind of reviews or what have you that we need to do. But as you remember from the last meeting that we had, we said that we have two focuses. Now that the focus for last term was to really create the system by which we review our potential businesses, and we did that. So that was like the number one thing, is just have a system to be ready, up and moving. And then we realized during that time period what we can do for education, what we can do to help businesses. And so now from a second term, if you will, education is going to be our main focus. And now that, especially now that we have dispensaries in our neighborhood. And so with that, I spoke with Ramon from Happy Monkey, and he was wondering, this is like the first agenda item. Sorry, I had to mute you, 347, whoever that is. Sorry. So Ramon wanted to know from an education perspective, how, like they did in CV9, they can use the Link NYC system to not only promote that they're up and running now, but then also kind of give more education in the streets. And that's a pretty easy system. I thought we'd have to write a resolution or something, but we don't. I connected with Catherine. Really, it's a link that Link NYC provides, that they just have to fill it out. It's just like because every district basically has an allotment of pro bono advertisements to be able to put onto Link NYC. Now, I didn't know that until today. This is good news for you too, Ariella, because we can use this for our purposes as well. And it sounds like a lot of this inventory isn't really claimed either. So I think we have an opportunity. So that was the first agenda item on there, was, how do we get on the Link NYC board to use it as a means of education? We know that now, and Happy Monkey is about to fill that out. So
do you know how much is it? Like, what's you said there are allotted like a certain amount of free hours, free times,
so I'm not
slots?
sure the exact allotment. We're going to find out as we go through this process. What I can tell you just from my personal experience in marketing, because I've as pro bono accounts at my old agencies and stuff, I would work with like local blah, blah, blahs. And it's not a lot, but it's something, and it's free. And so like, that's like the biggest thing, is that it's hyper local and it's free. And so those two things being together make it a major value to whoever wants to use it. So, but we're going to find out that information. Usually, if my paid marketing memory serves me correct, I think you get about 8 to 10 seconds, I think, on Link NYC, unless you're a 15-second commercial. But next time you see one and you see Mark Levine's face on there, why don't you count it? Because that's the inventory that we get, or anything locally related, not like local weather or something, but local news. You can count the seconds on there and see for yourself. So that's the first agenda item that's no longer an agenda item because that was handled basically offline. So second agenda item from what Catherine told me is, so Arielsala, you're gonna give us a report on how y'all have been doing, and then we can talk about how we can start to level you guys up a little bit more, right?
Yeah,
All
so since we weren't at the last meeting, I'll just give quick updates about how the summer went. So we were able to canvass all of CB12. And then we also have activated the survey. And so we've been working on trying to distribute that and do survey recruitment. Carmen has been doing great with that as well.
Great.
Right now we
Carmen.
are at 72 English surveys and 3 Spanish. Right.
That's wow. Damn. All right.
We were at like 20, like 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
no, exactly.
Dude.
So
Oh my
we've
gosh,
been going
guys.
to, yes. So we've been going to events. I also want to shout out Abigail Goldberg is also on the call from my team, who also has been doing some great canvassing work as well.
Wonderful.
And so we are continuing to do survey recruitment through the month, and just trying to get the numbers up as well.
Sure.
So any thoughts on other ways to distribute or other events that we can go to, things that we can do to continue to get survey out there?
Did you ever connect with Paula on like a list of like local goings-ons, if you will, that you could kind of get into? Because usually we have a community board list, or or Noemi could also hook you up with that too.
They're here in the office now, so I'll just make sure that we connect with them.
Cool.
But also, unfortunately, at the last community board meeting, it went on for so long that no one got to do updates. And I was hoping to go up there and give the shout out, but they cut that off for everyone because of bylaws. So we didn't
Damn, it
get a
went that
chance.
long? Holy shit.
Yes, it was very long. And then at the end, no one had reports. It was just like, there's no reports for.
There
It
were
was
a
just
lot of
like, so
yes.
we didn't get a
Everyone just
chance
wanted
to
to
do
get out.
that. So I felt terrible about that because I was really hoping to capitalize on that moment to make sure that I announced it and get up there and ask everyone to do it.
Of course.
Of course, we'll have one in October as well. So I'll make sure that, you know, we tell like the board, but I'll also just remind Paola, maybe we could just resend the link. And I think, you know, they do it weekly. So I think it's just a matter of just continuing to send it because they will send it once we do it, but they're not going to automatically send it. I think we'll just have to remind them we're sending them the link and say, hey, can you reshare the survey again? Or can you reshare the survey again?
Yeah. We've left some flyers at local businesses as well, gone to like the green markets. So
okay. I mean, well, it sounds like a good organic piece of work. Do we ever send out a newsletter, like in our newsletter or anything like that for you, Ariella, from the office?
I believe it was
We've
in the newsletter.
We've sent that out twice.
And then the response from that hasn't been that good? No
I
one
don't know
really.
that
Not really. I think more of the response comes from like the face-to-face.
Yeah.
Okay, so
canvassing.
actually beating the streets and canvassing. And so thank you, Carmen, for representing for us in that regard. Have you worked with Happy Monkey Ariella? Because they've got a lot of foot people.
Yeah, I just sent it to Happy Monkey, but I want to physically go there. I haven't been able to in the last
Definitely
week,
get by. It's such a dope spot. And like if you need Ramon's contact information, I've definitely got that. You can connect with the time to meet with him there.
I do have his,
Yeah, connect with the time to meet with him there because they're sending people out in the streets every day to promote this. And you might as well piggyback on top of that, you know, as like, you know, a good partner. So, I mean, I would certainly suggest that to kind of increase your manpower because it sounds like in person, as you said, is the most responsive. So that might be your best bet. I know, so Vanessa doesn't work there anymore, unfortunately. And so like definitely holler at Ramon. And he'll be able to hook you up with, you know, how to get that done.
For sure. And the second thing, I mean, this is kind of preliminary, but thinking ahead about potentially recanvassing, because right now we're also recanvassing Harlem, potentially recanvassing CB11. And we wouldn't necessarily do this in CB12 for like another year, maybe, but beginning to think about what kind of information might be useful. I have links to actually maps of that you can use to track summonses, cannabis summonses in New York City. So you can track it by zip code. And then I'll send you the links. You can track it by zip code and then you can.
And these are for people that are smoking outside of places that are prohibited? What do you mean by summonses?
I think they're for.
Are they for the businesses?
Yeah, I think they're for like illicit shops.
Oh, it's illicit shops. Okay, now that's really cool. Okay, cool. Please
send you the links.
Sweet.
But considering those, I just wanted to, oh, thank you, Abby, for dropping the links.
That one's
Sick.
for the, is this for the I think that's for the survey.
Yeah, so those are the
Wonderful.
links for the English and the Spanish survey.
Okay.
And I can always share the flyers and stuff
Right,
again.
right. Let me
But
take this.
did want to gauge your interest on potentially recanvassing again, or
Sure.
like if there's any other information that you feel like would be useful.
I mean,
But
I would say
yeah.
like probably a pretty good way to canvas is like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like it would be kind of a self-selecting panel though, unfortunately, but I was gonna say at our community board meetings, like I know there's a big one going on like right next door right now. Like if you had someone there like doing face-to-face, again, it's a self-selecting, I mean, you know, concerned citizens of the people you would get there, not like your average Joe, so it might skew it a
definitely
little
do it.
bit. But they would
Yeah.
And
definitely
there will
do
be
it if you want to get your
parents
numbers up, right?
Oh, true.
You could
Yeah.
actually,
But
sorry,
no,
sorry.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because I think last time I mentioned, I was on the Youth and Education Committee. You're still on the Youth and Education Committee. I'm no longer on it. But I had mentioned that it was a good idea for you to go to the Youth and Education Committee and potentially present, because it's something that affects students, even though they shouldn't be smoking. Some of them do anyway. Parents are very concerned about it, especially parents in our neighborhood. It was
Mhm.
something that Vanessa had, suggested, that she's been doing outreach to like parents, PTA meetings and stuff like that. So you may
Yeah.
also want to go to the Youth and Education meeting, which is happening right after this one. And you can just, at
Yeah,
least
that'd be
share.
a good
People
place
to
to
the
public
survey.
speak it. Yeah,
And
totally.
today, I believe the superintendent is gonna be there
Oh.
today, at the Youth and Education meeting, so I think there may be a greater turnout, like in person.
Okay.
So you
Absolutely.
may wanna just canvas that.
Sure.
Yeah, those flashpoint meetings like that are like good places to canvas. I mean, those are concerned citizens. Again, it'll like kind of skew your POV, but it's also a good place for that because those people love sharing things too. So if you
That's
want
true.
to even just pass out the flyers there, you wouldn't even have to be there to do the survey. Those people would definitely
Right.
jump in on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have flyers with you?
I don't, but I have the PDFs and can print some.
I
So
can ask 900 maybe after, yeah.
so main takeaway wise here, the two things I think that we've kind of identified as opportunities, certainly holler at Ramon again for Happy Monkey, because he already has some foot people going out there educating people. And if you want to CC me on that and stuff, I can give him a heads up if you'd like.
Yeah,
and then
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
oh, Ramon, yeah, what up, dude?
Yeah, I've been listening the whole time. I'm here.
Good shit, man. Well, thank you. I mean, like, well, dude, Ariel Salam, when I went to Happy Monkey, like the vibe there is unbelievable. It's a great place for education. You got to get by. And I think that they could be great partners with you on this too. Cool. And then get a list from Paula and Noemi on like local events and stuff, because I think they have a going monthly tracker. Pardon me as I like this. And I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
Sick. Anything else with that you would need like our assistance on?
Just I'll send you the summons maps.
Yes. That would be a good
and
thing to see at the October
Let me
meeting.
know your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I mean, I've heard, a lot of people have been saying that they've been seeing like a marked decrease in some of the gray market areas, which is great. And I have too, for sure. But it would be good to have that backed up by some kind of real data. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Anything else, Ramon? I know you're on the line, but I know we handled your agenda item offline. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up? How's business?
No, you guys are awesome. Honestly, I just wanted to thank everybody for the support that you guys have been giving us. Thank you for sending Paola for the ribbon cutting. Thank you.
Yeah.
Noble for coming through with the sticker. Carmen as well.
Got you.
I appreciate coming with Mom. Listen, thank you very much.
Good shit, man. We got your back 100%. All right. Any other old business, new business?
No,
Awesome.
but I did, no, kind of like old business. We discussed this at the last meeting. Just
Yeah.
want to put it back on our radar for the next meeting to really start discussing what we said we would for like education forums and kind of like start brainstorming around that.
Let's
So I
do
just
it.
want us to kind of like plan ahead to allot like a good amount of time.
Our
for these
next meeting
at our next
is,
meeting.
let's just see here. Where's my phone? What's the date? The date. Our next meeting is because I'm thinking about the election. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, okay. Our next meeting is on the 4th, so it's the day before the election. Okay, cool. That
I
might
thought
get
the election
moved.
was on the 4th for some reason.
Yeah, oh, because I think it was, I guess like it feels like it's usually the 4th, right? But no, it's the
Oh, it's
5th
on the
this
5th.
year.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah, it's
5th.
on the
Yeah,
5th
it's
this
on the
year. But
Okay.
even still, considering community board and everyone else, like I wouldn't be surprised if they asked us to reschedule that meeting to like the Monday
Mhm.
following. So just as a heads up. So I'll just confirm with the office if that's what their plan is to reschedule those things, because people be volunteering and everything else. And I'll get back to you guys, but still plan on the 4th being the meeting. And we'll tackle
Okay.
it there. And Carmen, if you want to, collab and guest star on an agenda and send that through to the office, I'm down to
Yeah,
follow your
sure.
lead on that. Hector, would you mind doing the minutes from this meeting?
Yes.
He's
All
like,
right. He's like,
the meeting's
yes.
short. I can pop up the minutes. I just always, I'm happy to do it. Somebody just has to remind me because I'm like, and the week is crazy.
No worries. I mean, but yeah, Hector, if you can do those minutes, that'd be dope. It should be a pretty easy minute taking for this one.
Okay.
And yeah, and that's it. Anyone else got anything else you want to discuss before we adjourn?
No,
Awesome.
y'all, be great. Have a
All
great
right.
week.
Adjourning at
Tell
6:48
us.
for the minutes. I'll talk to you guys later.